Hi, I'm Ashley Curello, sharing my heart, music, and home. And today I'm going to share with you what is in my book basket. Last week I shared with you all of my Bible supplies and what I use for my own personal devotion time. But today I'm going to share with you what other books I'm reading. My very first book that I'm going to share with you, I actually don't have the book with me. It was a book that I borrowed from the library. It is called The Read Aloud Family by Sarah Mackenzie. And this is an excellent book. It's not just for homeschoolers. The thrust of this book is really to encourage parents to read to their children. And it's not even necessarily the quantity or volume of books that you read, but just the consistency. It's so important to be consistent in reading to our children. And Sarah makes a very good point that it's important that we read to our children even after they can read for themselves. Not only does reading to our children help them grow intellectually, but it actually creates a bond between the parents and the children. Reading is such a wonderful way to build that bond with our children. Another amazing part of this book are the list of 10 questions that Sarah includes. These are just open-ended questions that you can ask your children about reading. And it's a great way for parents to dialogue with their children about what they're reading. I personally think that this book is worth having for those 10 questions alone. They are excellent tools to put in my teacher arsenal. The next book I'm going to share with you is just something that caught my eye in the thrift store. The title of it really intrigued me. It's called Disciplines of the Beautiful Woman. It's just a short read. It's by a lady named Ortland. She has since gone on to heaven. She was a pastor's wife. This book is not about being a pastor's wife, but it's about developing personal self-discipline to accomplish whatever God has for your life. One of my main takeaways from this book was the concept of creating my own personal notebook. So this year, instead of creating a day timer, I actually kind of followed some of Mrs. Ortland's ideas. I just made my own personal notebook. And in here, I have my to-do lists and also my calendar type material. But then I also have some goals, like for my business, personal goals, lists I need to keep up with for church, other things music related that I need to keep up with. So this has been a really excellent tool for me, very personalized and tailored to my needs. Another book that I picked up from the thrift store is called 1,000 Gifts, and you've probably already heard of it. It's by Voskamp, very well-known author. She has her own blog, and for a while I kind of avoided it. I had some friends who recommended it. Just opening the first chapter and reading it was a little off-putting to me at first, but recently I plucked up the courage and decided, I'm going to go ahead and read this, and I'm so glad I did. The syntax is very rugged. It is a little bit difficult to follow at first. Anne's style is very unique. She leaves out certain words, which you'll kind of pick up on her rhythm the more you read. One of my main takeaways from this book is just the importance of gratitude in our life, and how when we have gratitude in our hearts, it radiates in our souls, and it radiates and it permeates every aspect of our lives. When we have ingratitude, it sours our whole mood, it sours our whole outlook on life. But when we realize everything that we have is from God, the good and even the bad, it helps us to see life from a new perspective. And this book really challenged my perspective on life and helped me see life through the eyes of gratitude. This book is written by one of my favorite authors, Karen Andreola. She and her husband basically resurrected the Charlotte Mason writings and had them in print. I don't know that they're in print anymore, but Karen Andreola has several wonderful novels. I highly recommend Pocket Full of Pine Cones and also Lessons from Blackberry Inn, two of my absolute favorite books. I could read those over and over again. And then this book is called Mother Culture, and she has trademarked her title here. Basically, the concept of mother culture is creating an environment that is encouraging and uplifting for yourself as a mother, and learning to set aside time to rest and refresh, whether that's reading a book, whether that's taking a walk, whether it's having a cup of tea, but just getting that rejuvenation that we need as mothers to be able to continue serving our children. The way Karen Andreola has written this book is very unique. She wrote it in such a way that you can essentially open the book and start reading anywhere. To me, this book is like having an older lady come alongside of me and be the encouragement that I need. And then lastly, just a fun book that I picked up at the library this past week called Little House Living, and I hope I'm saying her name right. It's by Merissa, Alink. She has a blog called Little House Living, and this book is a compilation of many years of research and studying on Merissa's part. Basically, it's how to live simply and frugally wherever you are. You don't have to have a homestead, you don't have to have a farm, but basically she has recipes for creating your own home products, your own beauty products. Then she has a lot of recipes for in the kitchen. She loves to make mixes and go ahead and prepare those things ahead of time. Merissa is trying to stay away from all the overly processed foods and even all the overly processed and all the chemicals that are found in a lot of our beauty and home care products. So anyway, just a very intriguing read. I really enjoyed hearing her personal story. She sounds like a very down-to-earth person who just wants to help serve her family. So thank you so much for joining me today. Once again, this is just a short little video of what I am reading. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Have a great week.